Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, if anyone is here in chat. Tonight's plan will be a slightly shorter stream than normal, probably about 2.5 hours. What we're going to do, hello Pathos, what we're going to do is watch the Dragon Age Veilguard official release date trailer, which I have not seen. I have been spoiled on some things, because it's all over social media, but I have not watched the trailer in and of itself. And then what we're going to do is maybe a mini deep dive into some of the coolest fantasy lore, I think, that has ever actually been put together in terms of like a world building sense. I think Dragon Age fucking rules. Not just because of the gameplay and the characters and the BioWareisms of it all. That's all great. The actual world building is incredible. Like, it is deep, it's dense, and there's so many questions about so many things in like the lore and the history and the how of this universe that they could go in a ton of different directions and it would still all be fucking awesome. I'm so excited. So, Pathos is here, says it's a very good trailer. Let's get right into it. Okay, so if I do port this out on YouTube, I just had to do some OBS work there. I had to double check where things needed to be on YouTube for things, because I haven't done a lot of YouTube content in a while. One of the last things I did on my own personal channel, where this will live if it goes out, was actually a piece of Dragon Age content. It was a 2-hour and 2-minute Dragon Age companion ranking with my friends Pauline, aka Crofteria, and Jackie, aka Geeky Fried Rice. That should be hopefully in the recommended, or I'll link it down below, because it's one of my more successful videos, and it's a really good time. I love the companions in these games because of the stories, and I know at least one of those characters is in this trailer, because Crofteria was tweeting about how awesome she looked. So let's just dive right into it.
You have no idea what you have done. The blighted elven gods walk free, all because you disrupted my ritual.
You battle against gods.
Ooh, I recognize that voice.
You are on your knees. Fearful, cowering, helpless in the face of such power.
Ooh, big dragon.
Rook, you've got this. I've seen your work. You're clever, adaptable, and you don't know when to quit.
Ooh, Teventer. Okay, I'm in.
You want allies to go after the gods? I've got places to look.
Where do we start? I'll be damned. A griffin.
Ooh, baby griffin.
War.
That's gonna be very fun. Is that gonna be like the owl cub in BG3? Owl bear cub?
I'm ready.
I've never seen this before. There's something kind of exciting about it. What is happening to me?
Oh shit, Harding can do magic now.
Let the fade draw.
Except she's a dwarf, which makes no sense. So, somehow, like, I'm betting the Titans are playing into this.
Then attack.
And, ooh, there's the Canary.
Maybe that's what scares me.
Hint at the romance
These are
stuff
the
there.
times in which legends are born or slain.
And there's Morrigan.
Our gods are back. Our gods. How do we stand against that?
I believe in all of us. So let's get it done.
Ooh, big ass wolf. Dragon Age Veilguard, October 31st. Okay. I'm so excited. I'm gonna go to my just chatting here. Just chatting. So, Okay, first off, that should have been the reveal trailer because that was awesome. I love the prologue stuff that they released during Summer Game Fest, you know, with the kind of that intro with, and then the conversation with Varric and Solus. I'm going to go ahead and say Varric doesn't die, but he gets really messed up. Like, and maybe could die, like, depending on the world state that you build or import into this game. They haven't said if it's going to build direct from saves from Inquisition or not. It might, because it's not a generation jump. It is, kind of, but 1X hardware, like the Xbox One hardware to now hardware in terms of compatibility, is probably easier than 360 to Xbox One. That was the big reason there was, like, the Dragon Age Keep stuff. From what I remember, it's been 10 years. Maybe if you kept them as friends or they're, you know, everybody was all good with each other, maybe Varric doesn't die. I don't know. But that speech he's giving to your main character, that sounds more like you're having a low moment and who's got to come in but the master storyteller to hype you back up, being Varric. That will be, I think, what's probably going to happen. But Bianca, we obviously saw in the intro stuff, Bianca is no more, and that is sad. But maybe that's like at the end he gets a new one, and it's from the actual Bianca that you meet in Dragon Age Inquisition. Because I'm playing that right now. I've been replaying it. This is probably like gotta be close to like my 10th playthrough of the game. I'm up through, I just cleared Exalted Plains. I've doing In Hushed Whispers. We haven't done Winter Palace yet. That's my next stuff to do. But the lore of this game, the lore of Dragon Age, I really, really love. Obviously, we're going with the Elven Gods, which was so very heavily set up in Inquisition with Corypheus and his is it an archdemon, is it not? And everything with Solus and Fen'Haral and Mythal and Flemeth and Morrigan. Note, she's wearing Flemeth's like crown-looking thing. And it sure seems like she's taken over Mythal's godhood, maybe? Which is a really unique concept. Like maybe what Solus consumed at the end of the game was the soul of the old god from the first game, Dragon Age Origins, that because of the ritual Morrigan does. Man, there's a lot there. Like there's a lot of layers to that story. We haven't touched on anything with the Qunari and like what's up with them. Like where the hell did they come from? Like that's some really unique bit of lore in terms of what is the Kossith? Is that a race? Is it a people? Is it a class? Is it like a type of Qunari that they were running from? Like did they have a schism thousands of years ago? Like, and then Corypheus has, you know, that line in Inquisition when if Iron Bull's in your party at the end, calling them a mistake. The Qunari are a mistake, meaning like were the Qunari that we know, were they like formerly Tevinter like experimentees that kind of like did they rebel and form their own nation and everyone kind of forgot about it? That's yeah. And more reflects in my chat. Dragon Age lore is just a parfait. It really is. There's a lot of layers to it, man. It's really, really cool. And also not touching on much on the Titans, but it looked like if Scout Harding, who is a dwarf, in the lore, they cannot do magic. They are not connected to the Fade at all because they are literally like maybe born from Titans, like maybe like a different whole branch of creation. So they're not connected to the Fade. But in the lore, the Titans and the Elven Gods went to war, and the Elven Gods won, and potentially that corruption of like the dying Titans or the decomposing Titans is maybe what leads to the Blight and like the Red Lyrium and all that. Like there's so many cool things, and like now, so if she can do magic, are the Titans like coming back? Like are they waking back up? Meaning, like, are they now in a world with magic so the dwarves can do magic? Because that would turn the world on its head in terms of in-universe Thetis. Man, there's just so much about this game and this universe that I love so, so much. And I cannot wait for October 31st. I went from this time earlier this year, like, all right, I'll give you the side eye, like, all right, I'll see what you're doing. And now I'm all the way in. I'm all the way in. Give me this game. It's, 2 months and 2 weeks, give or take. I want it. And thankfully, it's probably perfectly timed for Outlaws comes out end of this month, going into Labor Day weekend. I'll have all of September to get into that, football season, and my movie podcast, which I'll plug here in very shortly because we're wrapping up if this is going to be a YouTube break. And then when that's done, I'll be able to jump right into this on Halloween, and I'm taking a week vacation in November. Oh, I'm excited. I'm very excited. All right, what does my chat have to say here before we wrap up? I wonder if Dragon Age... Well, it'd be IV, not V. Is going to be released on the same... Oh, so Pathos is a Vampire the Masquerade fan. I've never actually played any of those games. I know nothing about that universe or that world or that fandom. But I know Pathos and James, my friend James, really like it too. All right, well, we're going to wrap it up here because that's kind of this. These are just kind of where my head is at going into coming off this trailer. But I'm really excited. I think it's going to be a very good game. Hopefully a little easier to mod than Dragon Age Inquisition, though. I'm thinking it might be because they're going pure Steam release. You don't have the EA overlay. I don't know if they're using the exact same engine. Obviously, it doesn't look the exact same, but engines can look differently depending on the developer. But, yeah. We'll see what happens. I'm looking forward to that. I've yet to decide which platform I'm going to buy it on. I'm not doing the collector's edition. I don't have the room on the shelves behind me, nor do I have the spare money, because it doesn't even come with the game, which I don't like as a business practice. Sell the collector's edition. At least do a digital code for the game. That's not that hard. They could do that. And add $50 for the game. And nobody would really complain if it included the game. But that's just my piece on that. So yeah, that's my thoughts on Dragon Age Inquisition's follow-up, Dragon Age The Veilguard, which I'm very excited about. If you like that kind of stuff, if you like me talking about Dragon Age, be sure to hit that follow, because there will be, on the subscribe, there will be more stuff with Dragon Age as this game comes out. And in the meantime, if you want to wet your whistle on me talking Dragon Age with my friends, Dragon Age Ranking the Companions was a podcast I did a couple years ago. I'll link that as well. And yeah, if you like me just talking in general, I do have a movie podcast called Box Office Shuffle with me and a couple friends. We randomize our movie collections. I've got about 425 movies now in mine. And then every 2 weeks, it spits out a movie. We watch it, review it, react to it, discuss it, and it's a good time. All right, I'm going to get out of here and get back to playing Dragon Age Inquisition.